What if that healthy salad in your fridge was banned across Europe for containing chemical agents linked to thyroid damage, immune disruption, even cancer? In May of 2025, a joint EU food safety panel reaffirmed its ban on 10 preservatives and sanitizers still widely used in U.S. pre-washed salad kits. Meanwhile, a U.S. report from April 2025 by the Clean Label Project found that over 68% of popular, organic, or fresh salads contained additives or gas flush packaging methods that would never meet European standards. And here's the kicker. These same salads are being marketed to older Americans as budget-friendly, health-conscious options. So who's protecting whom? Why are we calling something clean when it's washed in chlorine and sealed in nitrogen? And when did organic become just another marketing word, not a guarantee? This is the Downturn Report, where the truth gets personal. Today we uncovered 10 packaged salads banned in Europe, but Americans still call them healthy. Get ready to see what's really hiding behind that leafy green promise. Number 1. Market Side Caesar Salad Kit. It's sold as the quick fix for your conscience. You're tired, your knees hurt, your budget's tight, and there it is in the produce aisle, the Market Side Caesar Salad Kit, waiting like a loyal dog. With its clean plastic clamshell and cheerful green label, it whispers, "You're making the smart choice." The lettuce looks fresh, the dressing is labeled classic, and the croutons, perfectly golden. It gives you permission to believe you're doing something good for your body, without cooking, without fuss, without guilt. But what if that healthy choice is quietly slipping you something that Europe now classifies as unfit for human consumption? Let's rip off the label. The dressing in this kit contains titanium dioxide, a bright white pigment banned across all 27 European Union countries since August of 2022. The European Food Safety Authority didn't mince words. They ruled it no longer safe because it may damage DNA and accumulate in internal organs through long-term nanoparticle exposure. That's not some fringe claim. It's the official stance of an entire continent. But here in America, it's just another ingredient on a shelf next to organic spinach. As of early 2024, watchdog group Environmental Working Group found titanium dioxide in over 70 store-brand meals sold at Walmart. No warning, no fanfare, no apology. It's business as usual. And if that didn't make you blink, how about propylene glycol? That's another frequent guest in these salad kits, used to keep greens moist through transport. What else is it used for? Antifreeze. While the FDA considers it safe in moderation, European countries limit it sharply due to links with stomach irritation and possible liver stress from chronic consumption. And who's most vulnerable to this slow burn damage? Seniors. The very folks being told this plastic tray of crunch and cream is their path to a healthier diet. But here's the kicker. Walmart isn't breaking any laws. In fact, they're playing by the American rule book. A rule book written by people more worried about shelf life than liver function. They're selling what the system allows. The question is, who wrote that system, and why does it care more about how long lettuce lasts than how long we do? To be clear, this isn't about pointing fingers at cashiers or warehouse managers. Walmart moves mountains of food daily, trying to feed working families who barely have time to breathe. When profit margins are thinner than a cracker, compromises happen. But it's our job to ask, what's being compromised? If you want out of this trap, Trader Joe's kits skip the titanium dioxide and antifreeze analogs. Even better, your local co-op or farmer's market can sell you the real deal. Actual lettuce, actual cheese, and dressing made with ingredients you can pronounce. You'll pay less in the long run, and not just in dollars. If a salad has to be banned in Europe to wake us up, maybe the real question isn't what's in it, but why did we ever trust it to begin with? Number 2. Ready Pack. Bistro salad kits. It looks harmless, maybe even elegant. Sitting pretty in the fridge aisle, the ready-pack bistro salad kits promise you a piece of the good life on a budget. Tidy little plastic domes packed with greens, a dash of protein, some crunchy toppings, and dressing tucked into the middle like a surprise gift. For older Americans watching both their health and their wallets, this seems like the best of both worlds. No chopping, no wasted food, no guilt. And let's be honest, anything with the word bistro stamped on it just sounds better than microwave dinner, doesn't it? But behind that polished label is a chemical soup that Europe's already kicked to the curb. The Southwest, Caesar, and Cobb kits, three of the top sellers, contain sodium benzoate, potassium sorbate, and yellow 5, all of which sit high on the European Union's blacklist. Sodium benzoate, when it meets vitamin C, can turn into benzene, a known cancer-causing agent. Yellow 5, banned or heavily restricted in many EU nations, has been linked to hyperactivity, immune dysfunction, and allergic reactions. And yet these compounds continue to swirl around in the dressing, the meat toppings, and even the vegetables, serving no nutritional purpose, just prolonging shelf life and propping up the illusion of freshness. In January of 2024, the Clean Label Project published damning test results. Multiple ready-pack kits tested for elevated levels of synthetic dyes and chemical preservatives, levels that would never pass inspection in European markets. But in America, they skate by. The FDA hasn't updated preservative limits for packaged salads in over a decade, and ReadyPack takes full advantage of that silence. The trouble doesn't end with chemicals. In October of 2023, ReadyPack's chicken Caesar salad was recalled in parts of the Northeast over listeria fears. The contamination, traced back to a New Jersey facility with a history of cold chain violations, flagged the year before for the same issue. 1 year, 2 strikes, and no overhaul. For seniors with weakened immune systems, this isn't just buyer beware. It's playing Russian roulette with your lunch. Still, let's be fair. ReadyPack isn't twisting a mustache in some secret lab. They're trying to feed millions of people quickly, cheaply, and on tight margins. When speed and scale are the name of the game, cutting corners stops being the exception. It becomes the rule. And maybe that's the real horror here. Not poison by intent, but by inertia. Not evil geniuses, just a tired system running on fumes. If you're looking for better options, consider Sprouts chopped salad kits made with lemon juice or vinegar as preservatives, or Gotham greens, where ingredients are grown close to home and kept clean. And for those who like to stay one step ahead, pre-wash your own lettuce, prep your proteins, and skip the label reading headache altogether. Because when you're sold a bistro, but fed preservatives banned across an ocean, you have to ask, are you dining healthy or just chewing on convenience wrapped in marketing? Number 3, Earthbound Farm, organic salad mixes. Nothing says safe and healthy quite like the word organic. For years, Earthbound Farm has basked in that glow. Neatly packed in plastic clamshells, their baby spinach and spring mix have quietly claimed real estate in refrigerators across the country. With the USDA organic seal front and center, shoppers feel reassured. This isn't just salad, it's a wholesome lifestyle choice. Sun-drenched fields, hand-picked greens, family farms. That's the image Earthbound sells. And honestly, who wouldn't want to buy into that dream? But dreams tend to fade under fluorescent lights and factory quotas. Behind the rustic branding lies a reality most consumers never see. Earthbound Farm is no longer the scrappy organic pioneer it once was. It's now part of an industrial salad empire, with much of its greens sourced from massive growers in California's Salinas Valley. An area that's earned a reputation not just as the salad bowl of America, but also a frequent flyer on the FDA's E. coli watch list. In November of 2023, the FDA issued a nationwide warning after Earthbound's organic spinach tested positive for the O157:H7 strain of E. coli. 11 people were hospitalized, and while no one died, the risk was very real. Europe has been watching. Earthbound's products aren't sold broadly across the EU, but that's not because of trade restrictions. It's because they wouldn't pass inspection. European organic standards are stricter, especially when it comes to chemical wash systems. The EU bans chlorine-based disinfectants for organic produce, warning of chlorate residues that can disrupt thyroid function. But Earthbound, they still rinse their greens in chlorinated water, perfectly legal under US organic guidelines, but a deal breaker overseas. So yes, the label says organic, but the product would never be certified that way in Europe. It's like wearing a tuxedo to cover muddy boots. And if that doesn't make you squirm, consider this. In March of 2025, a whistleblower at Taylor Farms, the parent company behind Earthbound, alleged that seasonal workers were told to stuff extra wet leaves into containers to meet quotas. Managers knew the extra moisture would cut shelf life short. They called it a shelf life gamble, and according to internal memos, a few bad boxes were considered acceptable losses. But when those bad boxes land in the kitchen of an older adult with a weakened immune system, that's not just a gamble, it's a betrayal. To be fair, Earthbound isn't the only one under pressure. America's entire organic certification system is creaking under the weight of rising demand and shrinking oversight. What started as a movement for food integrity is slowly morphing into a marketing race. Companies follow the rules, just not the intent behind them. Looking for something cleaner? Try local certified organic farms that sell through CSA programs or regional co-ops. They harvest to order, use no chlorinated water, and don't need to gas their greens to keep them looking perky. Or here's a simple trick. If your salad still looks brand new on day 11, ask yourself, what's really keeping it alive? So now we have to ask, is organic still a promise we can trust? Or just another costume in the grocery aisle's masquerade? Number 4, simple truth. Organic salad bowls. The name alone feels like comfort food for the conscience. Simple truth. 2 words that promise honesty, wholesomeness, and a break from all the sneaky tricks of modern food. For shoppers on a tight budget, especially older Americans living off SNAP or Social Security checks, it's more than just branding. It's a small beacon of trust in a sea of confusion. And those pre-packaged salad bowls, they seem like the best of both worlds. A USDA organic sticker to reassure you. A plastic fork tucked neatly inside to save you from washing dishes. Healthy, easy, and affordable. What could go wrong? Plenty, it turns out, once you read past the pretty font and clever packaging. While these salad bowls technically meet USDA organic labeling requirements, they rely on modified atmosphere packaging, UMAP, a process where oxygen is removed and replaced with gases like nitrogen or carbon dioxide. It's not harmful on its own, but it creates the illusion that your salad is fresher than it really is. It's like putting makeup on a head of lettuce and pretending it never aged. Then come the ingredients no one talks about. A March 2025 audit from the Clean Pantry Initiative discovered that several Simple Truth organic salad bowls were loaded with industrial citric acid and potassium sorbate, preservatives that stretch shelf life but aren't exactly farm fresh. These chemicals are not banned in the US organic system, but they're tightly restricted or outright banned under European Union organic standards, which require organic food to be as unprocessed and natural as possible. The EU's idea of organic still includes nature. Ours, more often than not, includes a chemistry set. Worse yet, that same audit flagged residual parasitic acid in Simple Truth's organic baby spring mix with cranberries and walnuts. It's a powerful sanitizer used on industrial equipment, not illegal, not labeled, and definitely not what shoppers imagine when they shell out extra dollars for something pure. You can't brag about no synthetic pesticides while staying silent on chemical rinses that don't make it onto the label. And the trickery doesn't stop at the greens. Many of these bowls come with separately packaged proteins, grilled chicken, bacon bits, prepared in off-site co-pack facilities with far less organic oversight. It's a legal loophole. Slap the organic label on the lettuce, and you can sneak in additives with the rest. Half salad, half science project. But Kroger isn't breaking the law. They're just following the rule book as written. The sad part? That rule book allows for shelf-stable salads that look fresh 2 weeks later, long after real lettuce would have wilted into mush. Is that simplicity or just a very clever illusion? If you're after something truly honest, check out local farmers markets or brands like Little Leaf Farms and Organic Girl. They skip the gas packing and chemical cocktails and let the greens speak for themselves. Or go DIY, prep your own salad jars for the week with fresh veggies, a squeeze of lemon, and no mystery ingredients. Because maybe the most dangerous thing isn't what's in the bowl. It's how easily we believe the label. And sometimes the simple truth is just the prettiest lie on the shelf. Number 5, President's Choice salad kits. With sleek packaging and names like Power Greens and Hearty Kale Caesar, President's Choice salad kits feel like the Whole Foods of the North. For retirees living near the US-Canada border or shopping at binational stores, these kits offer a tempting upgrade from the usual limp lettuce and plastic-tasting dressings. They look clean, taste sophisticated, and carry a reputation for quality. It's the kind of brand that feels like a step up, just refined enough to feel like you're doing something better for your body. But what if that elegance is more illusion than integrity? Beneath the carefully sealed plastic, you'll find a cocktail of tricks that European regulators would shut down in a heartbeat. The greens are pre-washed with chlorine-based solutions and sealed using modified gas flush packaging, a process that replaces oxygen with gases like nitrogen to keep the leaves looking crisp well past their expiration date. Technically legal? Absolutely. Common in the US and Canada? No doubt. But under EU food safety rules, especially for organic and minimally processed produce, these methods are a deal breaker. The European Commission outright bans chlorine in produce washing, citing the risk of chlorate residues, which are linked to thyroid disruption, particularly dangerous for seniors and those already dealing with low iodine levels. And the layers go deeper. A June 2024 lab report from Foodwatch Canada found trace amounts of peracetic acid and chlorine byproducts in salad kits like Harvest Blend and Southwest Style. While still within legal limits in North America, those same residues would land the product squarely outside European clean label regulations, especially when it's being marketed as natural and fresh. When the word fresh has to be preserved with lab chemicals, it starts to lose its meaning. Even the proteins included with these kits aren't always as wholesome as they appear. The grilled chicken, bacon bits, and chopped eggs are often produced in third-party facilities with looser oversight. In March of 2025, a CBC Marketplace investigation revealed that one of these processors failed to maintain adequate refrigeration, a serious risk factor for listeria. No official recall followed, but internal audits flagged cold chain instability. For younger, healthy folks, that might be shrugged off. But for seniors or anyone with a weakened immune system, it's a dangerous gamble disguised as convenience. Yet here's the uncomfortable truth. President's Choice isn't breaking any rules. They're doing everything by the book, just not by the book your gut might expect. The issue isn't legality, it's the blurry ethics of food marketing. When something is branded as clean, pure, and wholesome, but kept alive with gas treatments and industrial rinses for 17 days, we have to wonder, is that innovation or just upscale sleight of hand? If you're hungry for something real, consider Produce subscription boxes or brands like Springfield Organics that skip the chlorine entirely and wash with cold water only. Or go old school, sprout your own microgreens in a sunny window. They're ready in 10 days, full of nutrients and untouched by machines or chemicals. Because sometimes the best president's choice isn't the one in the fridge. It's the choice not to let a label think for you. Number 6, Wegmans Fresh Salad Kits. Wegmans isn't just a grocery store, it's a lifestyle. At least that's how the marketing makes it feel. With clean aisles, curated produce, and feel-good slogans about farm-to-table freshness, it has long held a special place in the hearts of older shoppers looking for quality without breaking the bank. Their fresh salad kits with names like Super Greens, Caesar Crunch, and Asian-inspired seem tailor-made for people who care about nutrition but don't have time to wash, chop, or prep. You grab the bag, toss it on your plate, and feel like you've made the right choice. But when that salad stays crisp for over 2 weeks, you've got to ask, how fresh is too fresh? A September 2024 audit by Food Integrity Watch pulled back the curtain. Several Wegmans kits were found to contain greens treated with high levels of peracetic acid and chlorine-based sanitizers. These chemicals are used to kill bacteria during the washing process, and while they're allowed under U.S. regulations, they've been banned in the European Union for years, especially for products labeled natural or organic. Why? Because the residue they leave behind, like chlorates and perchlorates, has been linked to thyroid disruption and impaired iodine absorption, which are especially risky for older adults. But that's not all. The audit also found that Wegmans uses modified atmosphere packaging, MAP, to keep their salad kits looking perky long after they should have wilted. MAP replaces oxygen with gases like nitrogen and carbon dioxide to delay spoilage. It's not dangerous by itself, but it creates a false sense of freshness. In the EU, that's a problem. Their regulators argue that this kind of packaging misleads consumers, hiding age behind a glossy gas flush curtain. 3 out of 5 tested Wegmans kits had a shelf life longer than 14 days, something no untreated vegetable could match naturally. And then came the customer complaints. In February 2025, a shopper reported soggy, slimy greens before the expiration date. A follow-up investigation revealed the kits had been exposed to transport temperatures ranging from 42 to 48 degrees Fahrenheit. That's not illegal under FDA rules, but it's warm enough to mess with texture and invite bacteria. It wouldn't trigger a recall, but it would never pass the stricter EU transport laws. Still, Wegmans hasn't broken any US law. Their stores feel premium. Their kits look clean. They offer recipe ideas, tastings, and that comforting illusion of upscale living. But under the hood, these salads are built with shelf life in mind. Not soil, sunshine, or seasonality. It's logistics, not love. If you're looking for real freshness, consider hydroponic brands like Bowery or Local Bounty, which grow their greens indoors, skip the chemicals, and don't need industrial rinses to stay fresh. Or go old school, buy whole unwashed greens and store them in a glass container lined with paper towels. It takes an extra minute, but your salad won't smell like a laboratory, because if your salad survives 2 weeks in plastic but collapses in 2 days at home, maybe the problem isn't your fridge, it's the fiction you bought into. Number 7, O Organics salad kits. The moment you see that sleek green and white label, O Organics feels like the safe harbor in a storm of processed junk. Sold in stores like Safeway and Albertsons, chains that cater to middle-income and older Americans. It's often the only organic salad kit sitting at a price point retirees on tight budgets can afford. Organic Caesar, spinach and arugula mix, and sweet kale. These sound like nutrition made simple, like health you can trust in a plastic bag. For many folks trying to eat better without ransacking their wallets, it feels like hitting the jackpot. But take a closer look beneath the leaves, and that jackpot starts looking like fool's gold. In February of 2024, the Clean Label Project raised eyebrows after an audit found organic salad kits were misrepresenting their organic status. While the leafy greens were certified USDA organic, many of the toppings, like cheese blends, croutons, and dressing packets, had no verifiable trace to organic certified sources. In the US, there's a loophole. As long as the main ingredient qualifies, the whole product can wear the organic badge. But under EU rules, that would be a no-go. Europe requires every component to be certified if it's going to be sold as organic. No exceptions, no asterisks. Then there's the rinse. Like many pre-washed salad kits, organics greens are treated with peracetic acid and chlorine-based solutions to reduce bacteria. Legal in the US? Yes. Disclosed on the packaging? Absolutely not. Under EU organic law, these chemical rinses are banned because of residue concerns, especially around endocrine disruption and thyroid interference. And a March 2025 whistleblower report made things worse. The co-packing facility in California admitted that both conventional and organic salad lines were sanitized using the same tanks. That means your organic spinach may have shared a rinse with non-organic iceberg, right down to the same bleachy bath. To make the product last longer, Organics uses modified atmosphere packaging, MAPI, replacing oxygen with nitrogen and carbon dioxide. This extends shelf life up to 3 weeks, but it also disguises the age of the product. European regulators call this technological freshness illusion and forbid its use in anything labeled fresh or natural. In the US, no such transparency exists. So when you see fresh on the bag, you might actually be looking at greens harvested 21 days ago, sealed in a cloud of gas. Is Organics breaking the law? They're navigating the legal gray zone like so many brands forced to juggle cost, volume, and consumer demand. It's not fraud, it's compromise. They're playing within the rules of a broken game. Still, if you're looking for better choices that won't destroy your budget, stores like Aldi offer affordable organic greens under their Simply Nature brand without artificial dressings or MAP packaging. Or go one step further, subscribe to a local CSA farm box. You'll get fresh picks each week, no chlorine, no preservatives, just honest produce pulled from real dirt. Because when organic turns into a slogan instead of a standard, maybe the only truly fresh thing left is the marketing pitch. So now we've seen the labels, the loopholes, and the lies hiding in plain sight, even in the salads we trusted most. What was once sold as clean, fresh, and good for us turns out to be built on shortcuts, chemicals, and marketing smokescreens. For older Americans trying to eat better on a tight budget, that's not just disappointing, it's heartbreaking. But here's the truth. We don't have to stay in the dark. When we ask questions, demand better, and support transparency, we start shifting the system, one meal, one label, one choice at a time. If this video made you rethink what's really on your plate, imagine how many others still don't know. Share this message. Talk about it. And if you want more truth, not spin, subscribe to our channel, because the fight for honest food isn't over. And here at the Downturn Report, the truth always gets personal.
Thank you for watching today's video all the way through. If you found the content helpful, don't forget to click like and subscribe to stay updated to our latest daily videos. Now feel free to check out other feature videos currently shown on your screen. Goodbye, and see you in the next video.